Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It is Mike here, the FPV Evil Monkey, and today, guys, I'm going to show you how to set up specific sounds or custom sounds on your Taranis QX7, just like this.
Baby legs, here we go! That's the sound I make when I'm trying to run fast. Oh, snap! Let's get this dumb universe rolling. Do this thing.
Okay, so the first step in order to setting up special sounds on your Taranis is if you haven't already set up your SD card, go back and watch my first video on the Taranis QX7 setup series. It shows you how to download the software that you need, which is basically the OpenTX software, and then you'll be able to put it on an SD card, and that's what you need to be able to enable special sounds. So what we're going to do next is we're going to hop over to computer. I want to apologize ahead of time. My 3D printer is currently printing something, so there will be that sound in the background. So just apologizing for that ahead of time. Alright guys, so the first step then to putting in specific sounds or special custom sounds onto your Taranis QX7 is you're going to want to go ahead and get your micro SD card out. It's located at the bottom of your Taranis QX7, and I think on the Taranis X9D it's in the same place roughly, so it's really easy. Now when you open it up here, you're going to see like your boot, you're going to see all kinds of different things. So the two that you're really going to need to focus in on is these two here. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit for you guys. There we go. So there's one that is called sounds. So the sounds, and then inside the sounds there's EN for English. Okay, and inside here there should be two folders. There's a system folder, and then there's all the other custom sounds. Now, if you want to change your welcome, or when you first turn on your Taranis QX7, typically the stock sound says welcome to OpenTX. If you want to change that, go into the system and scroll all the way down until you find the one that says hello. Okay? Alright, so now you can, there's a whole bunch of sound packs out there that you can download. Probably one of the more common ones is the Amber sound pack. That's a pretty easy install. I like Rick and Morty, so I downloaded a Rick and Morty sound pack. So you can see it's got EN, and it's got all the different sounds and stuff like that that you can go through, and you can pick whatever you want. So to change your hello or welcome to OpenTX, the very first thing when you first turn it on, what you're going to want to do is first go through your sounds. So like say I've got this one.
Ah, isn't it beautiful?
You know, whatever you want. And you're going to save it to your desktop. So we'll just go ahead and copy this to the desktop here. Okay, so let's pretend this is the one that I'm going to use. So now you can't just put this in here and it's going to work. It doesn't work that way. So what you have to do is you have to rename this here as, so we're going to right click, rename it, and you have to rename it hello. And it has to be specific. It does have to be lowercase in order for it to work. So once we do that, now I've got mine set the way I want, and I'm not going to change it. So what you would do is you would copy this full file over into the system folder here, and then it should pop up and say, well, let's go ahead and just try it real quick. So we'll do copy, and then so since the file is already in the destination, it's going to say, do you want to replace the file in the destination? So since I'm not going to change it, I'm not going to do that. But in your case, you would say, yes, replace it. And what you're basically telling the computer to do is replace the hello, the stock hello, with whatever the one that you picked. Now, the same goes for when you turn off your Taranis. When you turn it off, typically it will say goodbye, or I forget what the stock says basically. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to pick whatever you wanted to. So if you want to pick this one,
I'm Anson My Eyes Johnson. Everything's black. I can't see a thing.
so say you wanted that to be it, you would copy it down here, you would rename that as bye, and it does have to be lowercase just like this one. Copy it over into here, and so whatever you copy over there, that's what it's going to change. And then basically Once you're done, you put your SD card back in, test it, make sure it works. All right, so that's how to do your welcome and your hello. So now we've gotten that part. So those are pretty easy. Now next is going to be the actual like system and switches and things like that. So if you want to move all of these, you could just copy them and you can drop them into your sounds here. And then just keep in mind, you have to remember what the different sounds do and what they make and things like that. So once you've copied that onto your SD card that you're going to put into your Taranis, we'll go ahead and do this, and we'll go ahead and grab our SD card. And I've got it right here. So now I'm going to grab my Taranis and show you the next step. Okay, so now that you've reinserted your SD card, go ahead and power up your Taranis and make sure that you get the sound that you wanted. If it's still the stock sound, that means that you didn't copy over the file correctly.
Oh, snap! Let's get this dumb universe rolling.
Okay. So there we go. So I've got all my different things. So now let's say you want to change like a specific switch. So say like your arming switch back here. This is the one I use. So when I arm my quadcopter,
You gotta pump the gas a little. Pedal to the metal, Morty.
and then when I turn off the motors,
Oh, snap!
all right, and then so when I put it into acro mode,
Yeah!
all right, and then when I have it for angle mode for tiny whip racing,
Let's get this dumb universe rolling. Do this thing.
all right, so and you can change whatever switches you want. So how you do this is you're going to go into your main menu. So if you're in a model right now, just hit the menu button, hold it down for about 2-3 seconds until you go into the setup menu. And then what you're going to do is you're going to use the page. Let me go down here real quick for you guys. So you're going to use the page button next, and you're going to keep going over until you find one that says global functions. And this is what we're talking about. So you can see up here the SF, that is my arm switch. So I told it that whenever it's down or whenever I push it up,
You gotta pump the gas a little. Pedal to the metal, Morty.
see? And then if you notice, the next line down is the SF up. So when I push it up,
Oh, snap!
and you see it highlighted that. So, and I told it to play that one. So like this particular switch up over here, so when I have it in the up position, it's going to do the rolling.
6, 10, what's the difference? I just love the number 6 for no reason.
So that's the middle. And then when I want it to go into angle mode for tiny whip racing,
Let's get this dumb universe rolling. Do this thing.
all right, and then when I want to put it into acro, notice it highlights.
6, 10, what's the difference? I just love the number 6 for no reason. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so the way you do that basically is you're going to go down and you're going to use the wheel. So, and you're going to click this button in, and it's going to highlight any, and it doesn't have to be any one. If it's on a specific one, just click it once, and it's going to start flashing. So say this particular switch, like up here, this one, say this one is the one that I want to change out. So I tell it that in this up position, so see it's currently it's in that position, and then it's in off, or it's off or on, right? So if I have it in the down position, which is up, and then I basically go like that, and then I go to, it's got trainer, but then I can also do this. I can do inset, trim, volume, failsafe, play a sound, or play a track. So playing a sound is just a system sound. That's not a custom sound. You want to go to play track. All right, and then you're going to go over here, and then you're going to click it again, and then you're going to pick whatever particular sound. So we'll just pick this random one again. So click that, and then hit exit. All right, so now when I hit this switch up, it's not going to do anything. But when I hit down,
6, 10, what's the difference? I just love the number 6 for no reason.
all right, and then you can basically go about that, and you can keep going down in your switches. You can add switches. So say like I want to change this kind of cylinder one right here. If I go here, like that, and then I do the switch, so that's my SC. And this is a 3-tier switch. So I've got a up, I've got a middle, and then I've got a down. So you notice the middle is just a dash, and then down, and then up. So I could tell it that I wanted to play a sound on up, I could tell it I wanted to play a sound on down, and I could even tell it a sound on the middle. And that's really it. It's really super that simple, guys. It is not that hard at all. And that's how you set up special or custom sounds on your radio. And then when you're done, you just hit exit all the way until you go back to your main menu. And that's it, guys. So I hope this video helped you, and I hope helps you to be able to set up custom sounds and things like that. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments below. I'll try and answer best as I can for you guys. If you like the video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button for me, guys. And if you're not a subscriber to my channel, consider subscribing down below. And as always, guys, in the meantime, while you're waiting for my next video, let's keep our drones up in the air, flying high. I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Thanks for watching my video.